IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to the IVM Podcast Network. Wow, we're dealing with some stuff, aren't we? The COVID-19 scare we're facing in India and the world has, it's really changed our lives, hasn't it? But it's also seriously impacted our ability to create podcasts and to get them out to you on schedule. Over the next few weeks, I'd like to ask for your patience if episodes are delayed or postponed. We're also going to be doing many of the recordings remotely, like this one, for example, right? And sound quality is going to be a little uneven while we're facing this time, right? If you want to listen to discussions about COVID, we have had conversations on Cider Says, the Prakati Podcast, Thale Harate, All Things Policy, the Rapid Coach, and other shows as well, right? So, please do continue to stay tuned, and we will be talking about this stuff, and we'll be talking about life in general. Also want to thank our sponsors this week, HDFC Life and Paytm Money. So let's get on with this, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Hello, I'm Shifa Maitra, and welcome to the Smile India podcast. Here you get to hear news, but with a twist. The news is all about India and Indians and is 100% positive. So stop groaning about what is wrong with the country and look at what is wow. So let's get started. What do you think is the cleanest place in the country? The lobby of a 5-star hotel or the foyer of a place of worship? Actually, it's a small town, Ambikapur in Chhattisgarh, which is the cleanest town in the country. Did you know that just 3 years ago, it was so filthy that people could not walk on the roads without covering their nose? Heaps of garbage beside a sign that said, "Welcome to Ambikapur." That's what young IAS officer Ritu Sen walked into. She was in charge of administration and knew cleaning up the town was her first priority. She did not wait for special funds but took to the streets herself. She personally went from door to door urging people to help. Women were the first to volunteer, and their experts were called in to teach waste segregation, recycling, and waste disposal. Soon people were earning from recycling waste, and the town almost woke up to the opportunity. Local women were hired to ensure cleanliness in each ward, and the healthy competition between them led to the town getting squeaky clean in record time. Ritu is glad her efforts paid off, and most importantly, that there is now a system in place that will continue after she moves out. More power to such officers. Now imagine that you are 88 years old, deserted by your children. Your husband is missing and you live in an old age home. That was life for Subhadra at the ashram in Thrissur, Kerala, till she heard a voice and froze. New inmates were coming in and there was her Saidu. He looked as dapper at 90 as he did when they first met. After 36 years, Subhadra and Saidu met at an old age home. They were ecstatic and the inmates and staff were moist-eyed too. Saidu had gone on work to North India and got lost trying to find his way back home. Communication lines were weak back then, and when he finally did get back to Kerala, his family had vanished. He looked all over and only got to know that the children had moved abroad, and nobody knew where Subhadra was. Serendipity kicked in, and he decided to move into an old age home since he had nowhere to go. And that's where he found his love once again. Wow, so Subhadra and Saidu proved that happy endings do exist. Well, we hope Debayan Saha can also provide a happy ending to a burning problem. He lives in Delhi and struggles like most of the country with air pollution in the winter months that makes it difficult to even breathe. This IIT Kharagpur graduate is an expert on air pollution and based in Delhi, he works for AIMS. He has invented a gadget that when attached to your car or bike can suck the pollution emitting from your vehicle and 10 more in close proximity. Can you imagine how much this can help in easing the fumes on the roads? Combining wave energy with wind energy, this gadget, called PM 2.5, is cost-effective and easy to use. What's more is that once it fills up, it drops off the vehicle and mixes with the mud to self-destruct, causing no harm to the environment. Saha has got all the patents and licenses in place and is in talks with manufacturers to make it commercially available soon. Here's hoping Professor Saha can soar high with his invention. And now on to some very heartening news coming in from Maharashtra. After decades, the Maharashtra State Education Board has made changes in its textbooks, keeping the gender equality aspect in mind. So while for years kids grew up seeing fathers at work and mothers in the kitchen, thankfully that's not the case any longer. Textbooks from class 2 to 10, including Bal Bharti, which is the first textbook for everyone, will depict today's reality. Women are seen as police officers, pilots, doctors, and more. Men are seen sharing the housework with women. Inspirational stories of real-life Indian female sports stars, astronauts and achievers will give teenagers the will to dream big. Here's hoping other states follow this lead and show children the real India. Now here's something that you can do. The next time you talk to children, any child, please be aware of what you say. Do not tell or let anyone tell a little boy that he's crying like a girl. Do not let any little girl be told that she's behaving like a tomboy if she's playing football. The way we say things and the things we say have a huge impact on impressionable minds. So here's hoping we help foster the next generation of women scientists, financial experts, and tech coders. As we welcome young men as accomplished dancers, primary school teachers, and social workers. This is Shifa Maitra signing off. See you soon, and if you would like some more great news on the country, check out Good News Indians on Facebook and Pinterest. For more such interesting podcasts, check out the IVM app or website or wherever you get your podcasts from. We won't disappoint you.
Filter coffee is a fascinating beverage. You need to pick the right beans, blend them in the right proportion, roast them to perfection, and slow brew at the right temperature to get the perfect cup. Which is exactly like great conversations as well. You need to track down the most interesting minds, get them into their zone, and settle down for an unhurried, unscripted chat. And coffee for me is always, always, always best enjoyed with friends. I'm Karthik Nagarajan, and do share my table as I meet some of the most interesting people I know and sit them down for a strong cup of coffee and an even stronger conversation. Join me every Wednesday for a freshly brewed episode. This is not frappe. This is the Filter Coffee Podcast.
Look! Up in the internet! It's a meme! No! It's a cat video! No! It's the Geek Fruit Podcast!
That's right, we interrupt this riveting broadcast to tell you about our show, The Geek Fruit Podcast, where Tejas, Dinkar and I, Jishnu, talk about everything in pop culture, including DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Netflix, and everything in between.
You know how your friends hate it when you ramble about some nerdy crap and you just want somebody to listen to you? Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that, but come listen to us ramble and it'll almost be like the real thing. Kind of.
Listen to new episodes of the Geek Fruit Podcast every Monday and the Geek Fruit Bulletin every Thursday on iTunes, Google Podcasts, the IVM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Happy listening, you nerds.